Alright, so we're here in Anto's room, aka studio, aka office, where for the last couple of days basically we've just been doing a ton of editing and filming, and that's it. What time did we start filming?
I'd say like 1.
It was like 1 o'clock, it's now 8 PM. So we just did a solid 7 hours of shooting, just interviews and stuff. This is my setup. It's a stabilizer, just sat on a chair, and there was like duct tape on it. Sorry about the shaking hands, by the way. And then over here we've got my mic setup, which is just a box of chocolates with duct tape on it. And we've just been filming interviews, and it's just been a very solid day's work. Like, I don't know, I can't remember the last time I worked that hard.
Same.
Like,
It's good. It's good.
it's great.
I don't think I've ever worked that hard. Like,
Yeah.
grinded straight for like one day. I didn't even fucking play video games today.
Yeah,
This is sick.
oh yeah, right. But also, like, even because we did have breaks, but even those weren't breaks because we were just constantly talking about what we were doing that day
True.
anyway. So we went for a walk. That was our break. Yeah. But all we fucking talked about when we were on the walk was just what we were going to do with these interviews.
True.
And then also you did a ton of music as well.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even think that, I don't think it's because, like, I've ever even had anything in my life before that I've been this motivated for or cared this much about or wanted to do that much with until now.
But yeah, I just thought in this video I wanted to talk a little bit about what our plans are. And now that we've actually put out a bit of content, it can kind of lead into maybe explaining what our vision is for this, for these couple of weeks, and then after these couple of weeks there's even more crazy shit that's going to be coming up. But yeah, so how would you describe what the plan is for these 2 weeks?
Tour, you mean?
No, before we go.
No, before we go.
Can you? Yeah.
100% work.
Yeah.
110% work. Focus on producing quality content every minute we're awake, pretty much.
Yeah. So basically putting out. So I should explain. Like, I think we're both people that find it much easier to work harder when there's someone else that's also working really hard next to you. And the reason I came over here before, like, because we're going on like a Euro trip, right? But the reason I came like a few weeks beforehand is because so we could have this time to just do solid work. And I think, like, because I would always sit at home on Discord with talking to you, and like we would just talk about like planning and shit like that. And that was good, but it's much easier. Like, it's just about speed, really. Like, the only benefit is just everything can go a lot more quicker. And I've produced a lot of content in terms of actually uploading. I've uploaded more stuff than I have like this week, more than I have like ever.
Yeah.
Would you say this has been a good work ethic week for you?
Yeah. I've fucking like produced. I want to say, you see, it's like so hard to differentiate because it's like, because the only thing like in comparison I've got to this was making the first mixtape.
Yeah.
But that took me like 6 months until I had like everything to a standard where I was like happy with it, remotely happy with it. And like not even everything made the cut. Like I still could have worked on it. I was just said, I'm gonna release this now before it gets delayed by 6 months. But I mean, it's like what this past week. How long have you been here? A week.
I got here 13th, so it's 6 days.
Fucking crazy.
It doesn't feel like 6 days. It feels like way longer.
Just because I think it's like because the amount of content we've produced.
Yeah. Like
we've either uploaded, made, edited a video each day.
That's the thing.
Plus beats, plus instrumentals.
Yeah. So for me, with the actual video side of it, we both always try to do at least something. Like, there's not a day where we don't do anything.
No.
Like, we've had a day where we spent a lot of time, like, there was that first day I came, like, even the first day that I came, like, we spent that whole day exploring Ulm, but we still, like, did a ton of editing that day, like, that's
even just location scanning, dude.
Yeah.
Right, even that.
Yeah, that's the thing, like, even when we're, like, just out doing other stuff, we're just talking about what we're going to do.
As there's not, like, an hour that goes by where we're not working,
Yeah.
thinking about work we could do in the future, or just contributing like
Yeah.
ideas of how
Mm.
we're gonna do, how we're gonna work.
And I did actually want to really clarify, like, specifically, like, what I'm doing. So, that interview that went out, we're doing that. And then also, we're doing music videos, and we're doing behind-the-scenes videos. And also, just every single idea that we come up with will get turned into something, is the idea.
Yeah.
So, like, every now and then we're just like, oh, maybe we should do this. And it's like, yes, we will do that. Add it to the list. And we've got a list now of stuff that we just write down. And then the point is that every single thing that we write down gets turned into something, no matter if it changes or adapts somehow. But yeah, that's what we've been up to.
Yeah.
Something I've been thinking about is if I'm going to separate these vlogs into like the professional stuff, because I've got like the Jet2 media stuff, which is just like an interim name, by the way. Like, I probably at some point will come up with some name for like a media company, and that's going to be like where all the interviews go. But I also really like the idea of this documentary type stuff, and I definitely want to do both. It's just about how I'm going to release them. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to worry about it too much, because the point is that it just gets out there somehow. But yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, I kind of like JTM. I like Jet2 Media.
Yeah?
I like it.
Well, it could work for now. Maybe for now just means like it ends up just sticking and then we just go for it forever.
See, that's the thing. Unless, I don't know, I think you need some stuff with something like remotely professional. Like it's, I had like Kid Eno before it was Oric, and I mean, it's like, you know what, fuck it, I don't want to. Because like Kanye West is a cool name.
Yeah.
Like John Legend, Kanye West, like they're like just cool natural names. But it's like,
yeah, but that's the thing, you grow into the name.
Yeah, Anthony
Like-
Oric.
Like, Kanye West meant nothing until he became Kanye West. Kanye West, like, before...
But it's just got that snap to it, like it's like Kanye
That's the
West.
thing, I think all names do. Like, there's people's names that are just whack, and they just become the name, and it means something. Like Gary Vaynerchuk? That doesn't sound cool. Like, you just...
Gary.
You just
true.
grow into the name, I think.
True. And then it's like, but it's like he's not a performer. It's like if you're just
Right,
a
true.
billionaire, it's like it's got to look good on a billboard. You feel me? It's like, you know, it's got to look good on the billboard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Red of my melody always keeps them.
Mm.
But it's like it's got to look good on like. Yeah, like,
Why did you decide to change your name?
just because it felt like Kid Eno wasn't me,
Mm.
and I wanted people to like see the name at first and just be. Just
Yeah,
so-
we covered this in the... If there's a lot of fucking content about Anto coming up. I think so far we've got about 2 hours of footage, and we're just getting started. So, but that's going to be cut down, but like raw footage. So it's good to be finally doing stuff.
I'll just improvise. Talk to us about what you hope this sets you up for in the future.
Right.
What
So
the point of all this is.
I'm always thinking like, all right, this is going to be the foundation. Or the next time I do it, like, oh, this is going to be the foundation. But I don't even think of this as like the foundation for me going on to create content. It's kind of like not even that. This is like digging the hole so you can put in the foundation. So like, I just think this is so early. Like, what I hope to get out of this is that I started. Like, I don't care about anything else.
No.
Like, that's why I'm so obsessed with like the actual putting out of content, because that's all that matters at the end of the day. Like, it's just practicing, working, getting stuff out as soon as possible, working every second. So what I hope to get out of it is to be in a place where I can be producing content constantly.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, it's kind of hard for me. It's like, what do you want to do with music? It's like, I want to be a musician. That's why I'm fucking doing music.
Right.
But
if you would say you would have a goal for this trip, what would it be?
for this trip,
Yeah.
To have a platform, and I think it's for you as well.
That's
it's like,
true.
to have a platform of just kind of like a resume of like everything.
Yeah, so portfolio,
Portfolio.
and also like if I can get at least a few people to be accountable to, like we already have that with like good friends of ours that like want to see the videos, so like that's a good place to start. But if we can, by the end of when I go home, like if I can have people, even if it's like 2 people that like my content just for the content, they're like, oh, this is good, then that would be good, because I feel like even then I would just be pushing myself even harder.
Yeah, that's, I mean, like, first of all, you got to do it for yourself. Like, I'm gonna love to look back on these in like 5 years.
Exactly. Like, you have to do it for yourself first.
And it doesn't matter if I'm like selling out like stadiums by then, or if I'm working in Kmart or something. It's like, you know, I'd be happy flipping burgers and that at like what, 25 or whatever. Like 25 is still ridiculously young. It's not like you can't even achieve anything in 25. But I'm just saying like 10 years, something like that. I mean, it's just going to be great to look back on. And I don't know, it's like you make it for the people who enjoy it.
So 10 years until what, specifically?
10 years where I can look back on the stuff we made and just be like, you know, remember that time where...
Yeah, definitely it's about patience as well. Like, yeah, the other thing I really wanted to point out was like how like ideas evolve. So like that's why I just started at the first kind of month. This month is just going to be all over the place, because like I'll get to the pillar show, or the pillar show, like I like to call it. Like I think I'm going to eventually end up with having one show that like I'm kind of known for, that like grows, that's like, and everything else kind of feeds off of that. So I think I'm going to eventually get to that point, but like I don't have that now, but that's okay. Like that's not a reason to not do now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm just going to make any idea that I think of, like we talked about before, and then eventually I'll get into a place where there's something consistent.
You're proving to yourself that you can do it as well.
Yeah.
Just that, and also, I don't know, just I think just like New Year's resolutions even. I set myself New Year's resolution of just expanding, just meeting new people. Just not even if people like your stuff, because it's like the world's a big place. Like someone else is bound to have the same interest in you, and it's like,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
If I die knowing that I've at least affected one person or something, that someone else likes my stuff, not even for approval or something, just if I can like bring inspiration to someone else, it's like I'm happy. Like I can die with that. Yeah.
All right. I think we'll end it there.
It's a good night.
Keep an eye out for the tons of interviews that are going to be coming out, and thank you for watching.
We have an intro now.
We have an outro
Oh
now.
fuck!
Yeah.
I fucked it.
You said
Oh fuck! Oh my god.
Yeah. That'll do.
I fucked that.